some of the ways that I've identified a mentor relationship, this advice I actually got from somebody else and it's just stuck with me, is really going into the mentorship relationship with an ask. And by that, I mean going in with what's my greatest opportunity that I'm looking to get mentorship on? What are my strengths that I bring to whatever it is I'm trying to work on or my next career goal? And how do I feel that that person could help me, right? So instead of just going into it like, hey, I'm looking for a mentor, my conversation would be with somebody was more like, hey, I'm looking for a mentor. I actually haven't done contracting in our company and I'm looking to grow my contracting experience. And I heard from, Susan, you were amazing with contracts and you have a lot of knowledge, and wondering if in this season you have the capacity to be a mentor, twice a month. And so just laying all the cards on the table, sometimes you'll go to that person and they'll say, no, Summer, like, I appreciate it. Yes, I do have a lot of experience with contracting at our company, but in this season it won't work. But hey, what about Sam? Like, Sam introduced to him, and let's see if he has the capacity. So I think it's also just being open to who your mentor is going to be, right? Like yes, I would have loved if it would have been the first person I talked to, but understanding that if they don't have the time to invest in it, I would rather them tell me no up front than me to be feeling like I'm chasing them down for our mentoring sessions and I keep getting reshuffled. I mean, be open to you're going to get reshuffled some, right? Especially if you have like an executive or senior executive as someone who's mentoring you, you're going to get some reshuffling, but it's just like, I don't want to be reshuffled every single time we're trying to meet, right? Then at that point, I feel like, this may not be the right season for that person to be mentoring me. So yeah, I think it's that. And then I think it's also just being open to where you really can grow. I think it takes a little bit of vulnerability on the mentee side, right? I have to be willing to come to the table and say, hey, I'm not really great at X, but I want to get better at it, right? And so you come to the table with something you're going to work on versus coming to the table with, I'm just looking to get promoted. That doesn't really give your mentor or potential mentor a lot to work with when you can boil it down to something more manageable, tangible that they could actually pour into you for a season, right? And being open to, like what Sarah said, some of these mentor or mentee relationships may not last forever. A lot of times I like to ask for someone to mentor me for a quarter, right? So I start off with like, is this something in this next quarter that you can commit to, versus asking for like, hey, over the next year, right? That may be unrealistic for someone to commit for a whole year, not knowing what the year may look like.